With Mark since the Obama sweet tea. How many of y'all go back to River Oaks? Oh, yeah. Come on, now you know about that tea. Beyonce tea. Mark, don't play around. We love you, Brother Mark. Thank you so much for having us and for letting this be our first place to revisit this event. We're recirculating the black dollar. Make some noise for yourselves. You know what, this event, it didn't take months. It wasn't even weeks. This was put together in a few hours. Somebody say a few hours. Yeah. And guess what? Because we love each other so much, we showed up for us. Make some noise for showing up. I'm proud of showing up. I'm so honored to be able to be in a position to speak to you today. I'm just so grateful. And I give all the honor to the Most High God. How can I say thanks for the things that He's done for me? Things so undeserved. And yet He came to give His life for me. The voices of a million angels cannot express my gratitude. All that I am, all that we are, and that we ever hope to be. We owe it all to Thee. Somebody say, to God be the glory. To God be the glory. Thank you so much. Thank you, God. I'm supposed to talk about my relationship and my growing up at Breadbasket, what we now know as the National Rainbow Push Coalition. My sister Jessica is here. Give it up for my sister Jessica, my great nieces, Janaya and Janae. Janaya and Janae weren't born yet, but they got the history because of our parents. My parents, the late Reverend Dr. Kwame John Porter and June Porter, recent ancestors. They were charter members of Breadbasket. And because of them, they would have meetings in the building. My siblings and I would be in the building playing hide and seek, not knowing what we would find and learn. So today, because of my early days at Breadbasket, Operation Push, the National Rainbow Push Coalition, I stand before you, the owner of my own PR firm. But I got my start at Operation Push. I remember my job specifically was to clip newspaper articles out of every newspaper. They came every Monday. USA Today, Washington Post, all of the newspapers. And I had to clip articles because Reverend Jackson was in every paper every week. That was my job. And I had to put them in the scrapbook. See, we didn't have what we have now, great nieces. We didn't have emails then. I had to cut and get paper cuts all the time, they hurt. But I'm honored because of the work that we were able to do then. Now we can talk about AI, Brother Trey. Now we can talk about TBM 360. Now we can talk about digitalizing information, the era of information and technology. But back in the day when I started at Breadbasket, all we had was scissors and newspapers. And Reverend Jackson would come and he would entrust us to get the job done. My boss was the great Stephanie Gatlin. Stephanie Gatlin taught me so much. At the time, of course, I didn't know what she was preparing me for. But Reverend Jackson entrusted her to teach me, so now I can teach my brother Rocky and my brother Davion. I'm not going to be anywhere without some young people with me. We can't keep it with us, and we can't always have the knowledge. Brother Eugene, Black Pages in the building. We have to know the knowledge, do the knowledge, and also keep the young people around us so they can have it. And then they can go back and teach. And I'm going to check in with y'all later on today to find out how many people y'all teaching what y'all learned today. We have to do it. So it was at that early stage in life, Nataki. Fight now. Fight now about fair wages in the building. It was at that time that I got to learn about civil rights. My father was the first SCLC chapter president for Dr. King. For those who may not know, that's the Southern Christian Leadership Conference. So his role was to work very close with churches and religious institutions, synagogues, mosques, to understand what was happening with the racial segregation at that time. So again, I'm grateful that I had the early beginnings and that Alice Tregay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Take your time.
Take your time.
Because of Alice Truquet, she believed in me so much, and so many of us, that she taught us the importance of voting. Now we're looking at the fact that that may be taken away. Alice Truquet, Brother Arthur does a lot of work with voting and people's lobbying and understanding civics and organizing. Raise your hand, Brother Arthur. Woo! Come on. Arthur does amazing work around the country. Because of Alice Truquet, I was able to learn from her and become a deputy voter registrar. And under my belt, Chrissy, the heartbeat, I've registered over 50,000 voters. And I don't say this to brag, but it's important that we have context and that we understand relationships. Somebody say relationships. Relationships. Sister Carlos does the BLAQ Wall Street. Continue the legacy. The legacy of BLAQ Wall Street. Right in Woodlawn. Have you all been? Please get in tune with the sister because she's continuing that legacy, that great legacy of BLAQ Wall Street. Because of the work that so many of us in this room continue to do, we have to be steadfast, Sister Adria. We got to be steadfast and continue to work, Brother Kool-Aid. Black firefighters in the building. Yep. We have to stand steadfast, Brother Trez. How many Sip and Savers we got today? Come on, 5 Sip Nation in the building, Sip and Saver. Reverend Jackson, I heard somebody say he was a Chicago leader. No, ma'am, no, sir. I traveled with Reverend Jackson to Appalachia, Ohio. I was 21 years old. I had never seen people living like that. Someone reached out to him and told him that people were so poor, babies did not have diapers. We went on a couple of buses. We got there, it was horrible. I mean, most of the children had what they call jaundice. You know, like when your eyes are really yellow, you're very, very ill. They didn't have food. Reverend Jackson went to the closest, it was called Super 8. Supermarkets, Kmart, Super 8 something. And we went and got so much food and clothes and diapers and baby formula. With my own eyes, I was there, I bear witness. Reverend Jackson wasn't a local leader. I remember my 7th grade luncheon at my grammar school. My teacher said, we're not going to do the traditional sit down and have lunch and put on cute outfits. Naturally, in 7th grade, we're like, well, what are we going to do? She said, we're going over to Operation Push. That was life-changing. We went to Operation Push, and at the time, Reggio's Pizza was not in stores. We're talking about 1988. Reverend Jackson and the late, great Reverend Willie Taplin Barrow, they made so much noise. So now we have Reggio's Pizza. They have their own store, but before that, they were in the grocery stores, Black Ice. That's Reverend Jesse Willis Jackson and his legacy and what he saw and that vision and what he wanted to do with it. He took everything to the 10th power. Somebody say 10th power. 10th power. I can go on and on and on and talk about my legacy and my understanding of growing up at Breadbasket and my parents and how they thought it was so important for me and my siblings to be there. I was talking to a friend of mine in closing, and he said, I asked my son if he knew who Reverend Jackson was, and he said he didn't. I said, well, how old is your son? He said, 15. I said, well, whose fault is that? He said, well, he ain't trending on TikTok. It ain't got nothing to do with TikTok, bro. Parents, it's our responsibility. And when the parents don't know, they can't teach what they don't know. So then that's where we all come in at. We all get to share in that as a community. Somebody say community. So then we get to teach. Parents don't know everything. This ain't a blame on nobody. I love us all. But if mom and daddy don't know, we get to go to those that do. So they can teach them. Professor Jackson, they got to teach what they know. He said, well, my son is more influenced by his peers. And they influenced by who? TikTok. So the circle is just doing this. Assimilation is treadmill. They not learning nothing new because they only learning from each other. Whose fault is that? We got to do more, to teach more, to be more, Brother Reuben. Brother Reuben calls and we check in on each other every morning. What's happening? Where was you at last night? Give me the rundown. What did you learn? How many of us are making sure we're checking in with each other? And we got people that we're checking on as well. We got to do that, family. Reverend Jackson was that for me. I remember when I wanted to go to Bennett College for women. Back in the day, to go to college, you needed an acceptance letter, but you also needed some references. Reverend said, okay, you did the college tour, I think you're ready. I'm going to do that letter. I'm so grateful I still got the letter. Still got the letter. I remember running and playing with little Jackie and Jennifer Hunter in the building of Push, to the point where they would forget we was there. We'd be like, man, you don't lock us in here. We still here. I mean, Push has meant so much for me. People united to save humanity. That I get to partner and work with brothers like Eric Knowles, who had the vision to put this together. Give it up for Brother Eric Knowles. And in a few hours, all of you all show up because this means something to you all too. Because you all understand, Sister Lana, that it's because of us. We all together make this happen, Brother Gerald at the Regal. Come on, man.
Yeah.
This is us. This is us. In closing, my mother would always talk to us about time, the importance of time. And there would be this speech that would take place before Dr. King would speak. And we know Dr. King was Reverend Jackson's mentor. Tamara, another black firefighter in the building. We love you for your service. Thank you, sis. I only have a minute. Only 60 seconds in it. Forced upon me, can't refuse it. I didn't seek it, I didn't choose it. But it's up to me to use it. Give it Calvin, I abuse it. Just a tiny little minute. But eternity is in it. Thank you so much.
Come on, we can do better than that, Sister Afrika. Yes. You know, there's a saying going around the United States that anything dope in America comes out of where? Chicago. It comes out of Chicago. And guess what? This is not just a South Side thing. You can't circulate half the black dollars. So it has to be West Side involved. So can I get some noise from all of the West Siders in the house? Now South Siders, y'all make some noise up in here. We're grateful for both sides of town. We're thankful for every block of there's a village in the house. Miss Jackie Reed, yes, West Siders, Brother Clay and Brother Elliott. We just thank God for Miss Francis and Miss Fletcher and all of those that have come. Every Thursday they meet at 5835